A very good evening to one and all present here. Ladies and gentlemen, I Farhan Ji on behalf of BMSC, we welcome you all to this webinar on demand for introductory webinar on R programming. We are obliged to have gracing this webinar by your presence, Mrs. Maheshwari. Over to you, ma'am.
I thank you all. I thank you from Blooming Minds online classes. I hope you all fine. So I just wanted to share my screen. Is it audible to everyone? Like quickly, please chat over something or chat.
Yes, ma'am, it's audible.
Yeah. So in this session, we'll have some introduction to the R programming. We will see like just the first half part. I'll go through some installation of R programming, and next half I'll have the programming part, some codes, how you can execute this. Okay. Is my screen is sharing? Like, can I like see some chat box in like quickly? Someone can make over. Is my screen is sharing? Okay, thank you, everyone. For I hope we will start the session. Okay, today's session is all about introduction to R programming. Myself, Maheshwari, I'm a bioinformatician. I completed my PhD in bioinformatics and background with the computer science. We'll have a quick look on the session objectives. What are the session's objectives we have today? We have introduction to R. We also see like how you can install your R in operating system, different major operating system I'm speaking about. It might be your Linux operating system like Ubuntu. I preferably go for a Ubuntu operating system. Second, we can go for a Macintosh like Mac OS, and next is Windows, who normally majorly or you people might be using it this one. Then R variables, what are the R variables and the R operators? Okay, what are the arithmetic operators, logic, the operators that are used in R programming. We will have also see like how we can use this applications, how we can use this R programming. What are the applications of this R programming? This R, as I said, like this is a free source. This R is proposed by the Ross Ihaka and Robert gentleman from the University of Auckland, New Zealand, from New Zealand. Okay, these people's this R programming is named after these two peoples. Okay, this R had a like R programming. They are named from their first letter of their names. They are the discoverers from the University of Auckland. This R is a free open source language. You can you perform the statistical as well as the visualization softwares. Okay, visualization operations, what you can perform. Statistical tool, when you say about you can perform ANOVA, hypothesis testing, and also basic statistics like average, mean, median, mode, descriptive statistics. And also you can go for further innovative things if you are going for regression, correlation, that can also perform using this R programming. And you can visualize the charts like Gantt chart is there, bar charts are there, line charts, and if you go for some more charts, normally if you can compare the pie charts, that every charts which normally you basically use, that can also be visualized using this R program. You can handle the structured and semi-structured data. So when you say about the data, there are normally four types of data are there. We have structured as well as the semi-structured. Along with this, we also have a unstructured data and the quasi-structured data. One example I'll give about this unstructured and quasi-structured. Later I'll come for this what this structured as well as the semi-structured. When you say about the unstructured data, your images, your photos, whatever the images you have, it might be in bitmap, it may be in JPEG or PEG format, whatever your images are all of unstructured data. This unstructured data cannot be handled by this R program. And also one more I told, quasi structure. Quasi structured is nothing but the errors in any one of the to be handled by this R programming. It can handle only the structured as well as the semi-structured data. Structured data in the sense your best example is Excel data. Okay, comma separated values you can convert them into Excel, that tab delimited format that you can use, that you can import it and you can use in R programming. Semi-structured is nothing but the same as a structured data, but it will not be having any defined schema. Definition will not be there for the semi-structured data. Like example, XML, extensible markup language programs or Johnson. That all data can be maintained by this, can be handled by this R program. We have features. Okay, this features, normally the features of R involves, we can, this R can be available in the different platforms. Linux is available, Mac is available, and major platforms Mac, Linux and Windows we can install. And also we can integrate the procedures or the program of C, C++, .NET, Python, FORTRAN languages. Whatever your C program, which is commonly known as one of the first GUI programming language, that can also be used in this R programming language. It also handles the data effectively and it can also have the storage facilities. And one more thing I want to tell is it has a tools which we can analyze the data widely. Okay, so what is the importance? I said like first 30 minutes I'm going to give just an introduction how you can install. Next 30 minutes I'll take you the programming part, how you can execute the codes. Okay, so we'll go with the importance of R. When R, I said like it's a open source program, you can download freely, there is no restriction, no, there is no paid version is there for it, it is freely available from the net. I'll also show which is the site where you can download the net and how you can install it later. So first, this R is a free source, free software where you can download it and you can perform all the statistical operations like ANOVA, hypothesis, regression, correlation, many of the statistic operations you can perform. Then next is about you can visualize the many of the tools you can visualize. You can also create your own graphs. You can compare your student marks. You can also compare your the values in the physics, or it may be any of the other subjects you are dealing with. That values you can compare. You can create your own plots, scatter plots it might be, or bar charts, whatever the charts you can, that can be visualized and you can create your own visualization using this R programming. One of the major importance of this R is you can also use the booming technology now, what we call machine learning algorithms. You can also use this in a R programming, like Navy Bayes theorem, or it may be random forest, or it may be XGBoost. So many things, so many ML algorithms you can. Now we will see like how you can, this is about what is R and what is its importance. We will see like how we can install this R in our operating system. Okay. So this is a basic like steps for R installation. We have two methodologies for installing a R program. One is you have to download the CRAN. CRAN is nothing but the comprehensive R archive network, which is available in this link. I'll just show you, and you also have to go for the installation of RStudio. Like why this CRAN? Before you start with your R program, before starting with the RStudio, you must install this CRAN. Why you have to install this CRAN is, this CRAN is having it's a network of web servers. It stores the updated information, updated version of code and a documentation for our program. Whenever any updations are there, whenever the new release codes are there, everything is updated in this CRAN. So first you have to download this and you have to install before using this RStudio. Next, this is the RStudio. RStudio, it's a GUI application. It's an integrated development environment. In short, we call it as IDE. Basically, the R Studio, there are two formats are there in this. The first format is a desktop version, that what normally I am showing you peoples, and normally most of the peoples will use like for their research purpose, or might be for the from the student purpose. And the second version, second type, we call it as a R Studio server. Okay, this R Studio server runs on the server, allowing accessing R Studio using the web server. Through web server, if you want to use the R Studio server, you can go for the R Studio server. You might ask, like, why these two types? So normally the researcher will choose the first option, which is the desktop version, and the peoples, company peoples who are using in a huge updations, huge way, they will choose the second option, that is a R Studio server. We will install, like how we can go through this. I just copy this link and show you like how it is available. So this is what you have to, I just copied this link. Okay, this is the link where your CRAN is available, comprehensive R archive network. You can go through this. You can, I just copied it, I pasted over in the your web server. So this is a screen what appears is, so this is a where your all the three links are there, three softwares are there. So all the links are available. I show in your small screen. So this is where your comprehensive archive R network is available. When you open in your Google. So this is how you can see. You have three options, separate options for downloading this CRAN. One is in Linux, Mac OS, and Windows. So I'll show you like a Windows, which is like a base for everything. Everyone normally use the Windows operating system. Like researchers or any of the people who is having an Apple system, they will go for first two option. First is a Windows. I just click on this. It will show the uh, one more window. Okay, it will take you for the mirrors of a CRAN. So these are the documentation are there. Some operations are there. So we are not concentrating on this, but we are just installing the software, sorry, which installing a tool. It's a statistic tool. We are not allowed to call it as a software, it's a tool. You have to go for this base. You will get a one more link where you can download the Windows, okay, 4.03. When you click on this, it will ask you for a particular path where you can use your particular path. You have to show the link where the you have to download this. I have just downloaded this. I will show it for you after you clicking save. So this is what the folder, how it looks like. You have to just double click on this. It will ask you to run for that. So basically you have two things. One is 32-bit and one is 64-bit. It downloads both the bits versions. But while installing, you have to choose, make sure which what bit your system will support, whether it's a 32-bit or it's a 64-bit version. So if you can click, you can run both, it is not a problem. So when you click on run, it start installing on its own. After installing, this is how the screen will look like. So your icon will come like this. Okay, so mine is 64-bit. I'll just open the console of R. This is the R base, normally what we call it as a CRAN. So this is not a GUI application. You can also work over here, but it is a more it is not that much comfortable compared to your R Studio. This is basically how you can install the R for R base. Okay, this R is consisting of the, as I told, this R consisting of the codes, like a documentation, updated versions which are necessary for the execution of your R program. Okay, this is how you can go through the installation. So this R programming, someone has asked it, like R programming can handle data sets up to 6 GB. So this is basically how you can go for bits, like it will be, you can import your values. It's a statistical tool. It is not a programming language. Most feasible, you can install the Python with that. As I told, you can use the procedures of Python and you can work through. Okay. Shraddha has asked me like, can we go for a big data analytics? So big data analytics, yes, you can go. You can use your bioconductor tools for using your big data analytics. So bioconductors, there are so many packages are there that is feasible. You can use it, but make sure that Python is a better more than the R program. And this R is like because I use it both of this Python as well as the R. I prefer Python would be feasible. It's depend on you, like how you go for which tool you can go for. And R programming, it's a again it's a 6 GB. It's a basic. It's a big data analytics. So this is a big data analysis topic. It's a dependence on you. Yeah, it can handle more data. So whichever your social medias are there, what you say, your Facebook, like Facebook status, you can upload. So they will update the status in the Facebook. So it is having a huge data. Daily they will make so many transaction and they can update daily. This handles more data sets also, more size data sets also, but feasible is a Python. I prefer personally Python is feasible. So it's up to you how you can code. So we'll come to our part. Uh, so this is our comprehensive archive network where we have all downloaded. This is the console we have. So when you install the console, I also want to tell you one more thing. So you have a lot of packages. Initially, it is being installed in your while installing your R programming. The thing is you have to install one more package. We call it as a dpylr package and ggplot2. Okay? Dpylr is a data wrangling package and ggplot. Why you have to install this is cran. When you say put the cran, it is having a limited access, only it can do a limited things. So to install the maximum packages in our R programming, you have to go for this data wrangling package and the data visualization tool. Data visualization, what this data wrangling is, data wrangling, it's a process of gathering the data and transforming it to the analytical questions. Okay, whatever the data you will give it to it, it will convert by its own and it will transform the data, it will transform the data and it will answer for you. That is what it will do. So you have to install. It's better to install these packages. When you go through, you can install them in the console. Okay, this is a screen. Just I wanted to show you like how you can install. When you have to just copy this and paste on your console, where this is the console I'm showing, you can just copy it and paste it. That will start downloading all the necessary packages for data wrangling as well as the ggplots. And next part is your RStudio installation. So how you can install your RStudio. We have a link, as I said, this is one of the link for that to install RStudio. RStudio is the RStudio is a GUI application, so graphical user interface where you can work easily. You can do all your scripting, all your programming from your thing. So is my screen is not visible? Is my screen is visible? Can you make a chat box? Can you anyone make me sure? Is my screen is visible? Shraddha, you can take over. Like you can just check your settings for any problem is there. Okay. So now we will go till Tashin. I will answer for your question at the last at the applications of R programming. How we can how the R program is popular in companies. We'll take at the this question. I will get a to know answer during the applications of R. So we will see like how the R Studio will go. This is your R Studio IDE, like integrated part, integrated development environment. You just copy paste. You can just go through this link. You will get the link. If you just scroll it down little, you will get the versions. So RStudio for desktop version, RStudio for server. Some people who are willing to work in a huge way, they can buy the software, they can buy the desktop as well as the RStudio. Normally, the company people will go for this. The researchers or any of the programmer or any teaching persons will choose this desktop version for free. Okay, when something free is available, like why we have to go for paid? That is the current trend now. So we have to, normally it's a better to go for a free only. So I'm just showing the free version. If you are willing to buy the full version, if you want a commercial purpose, you can go for the commercial. Just to scroll it down, scroll little down, you will get a link to download. You can download this directly. If you scroll little more down, you will get a clear picture, the installation of RStudio for all your operating system. Okay, here it is a download for RStudio is there. This you can click. Okay, or else you can also take this RStudio. This will open in a new tab. It will ask for your path where it has to be downloaded. So once I choose a downloading option, this is how it looks like. Okay, when I downloaded it in the January, it was a 1.2 version. Now I just wanted to show you people, this is 1.3 version, it is being updated. So that is what your versions goes on updating. The person who are willing to learn RStudio, you make sure like you update your R programming once in every 2 months. Okay, that will make you to know like a new things what are being updated in RStudio. So if I click on this, it will ask for your path to install it. So I already installed it. Just you have to click on this. So if you click install, it will go through the install, and the final screen how it looks is, this is the final screen of your installation, how the thing will look. This is your RStudio screen. Okay, complete. After, make sure you have to install your CRAN first, comprehensive R archive network. This is the R base. Okay, first you have to install the R base, then only you can work with the RStudio, or else it is not possible. So that you can work easily with the RStudio, it might download, it might open, but you can't able to execute your query. This is the RStudio part. So this is the screen, and we have 4 parts in this. I'll show file, new, R script. So 4 things are there in this R programming. When you say about this R, we have 4 parts. One is your scripting part, that is a text editor part. Another one is your output part. You need not to go somewhere, some like in HTML. If you want to execute, the output will be in your internet. If you're going for C program, some black screen will appear and you have to see your output. If you go for Python, there also like you will not get, you will get an output there itself in the Python. So similarly, like in RStudio, this is the screen where you will get at the down itself. Okay, here you can see your output, and this is the environment, this is the file, plots, package, etc. So we'll see the screen later. I'll just inform you like how you can install in Mac. Okay, Mac operating system also the same procedure. You have to download the you have to download the same link. You have to go for downloading in Mac operating system. The Mac operating system separate link is there for downloading here for Mac. So the people who are having Apple computer, sorry, Apple laptop, I'm telling about the Apple laptop or Apple computer, I don't know whether computer is there or not. So Apple laptop who are using this, they can install this Mac or Mac R programming in Mac OS. You have to click on this, the link will appear, and and if your version of Mac is above 10.1, then you can install the newer version which is available in this part. If the version is below 10.1 or 10.1, the older versions are available in this link. You have to click on this, you have to download these versions. So, and whenever you are choosing for a Mac OS, you have to make sure like you have to install this RX files. Okay, after downloading this grant, you have, if you want to work with R with Mac OS, you have to download this R parts. Okay, this R parts is nothing but it's a version which provides it is developed to provide a Windows system. It is provided just it provides the environment to work like in a Windows. Okay, this is where you can just click on this, it will open. They themselves has provided this. You have to download it and you have to install it in your Mac OS, then only you can start using your R programming. What it is, it is just a open source. They have provided the description over here. So I never used this Xquad. So what you can do is you can just download it and you can install it. What it provides is it provides the Windows environment, Windows system environment in the Mac OS. Next is normally how you can install the RStudio. The link here is provided in the same link. If you go, I just mentioned this is same link where you can go through. The Mac OS link is there for RStudio. You have to download it, install it, and start executing with the same screen like this in Mac OS. Then when you go for the Linux operating system, I chose here Ubuntu. So Ubuntu is normally like you can go for Red Hat also. Like I prefer to use the Ubuntu operating system. So I'm showing the Ubuntu operating system. You can also go for the Linux operating system like Fedora, Red Hat Linux. If you're having a Fedora, Red Hat Linux, you can also use the same procedure for the installation. This is what your installation in Ubuntu, the commands. It's a little bit tricky over here. You must have the access to use your root. If you are having your personal laptops, if you are only using, then no problem at all. Or if you are using any of your company laptops, company systems, or if you are using your college systems, you must be having the access to the root. Okay, you must use the sudo. What you have to write is you have to go through these two commands. These are the two commands. What it do is it is having first one is this update. This code will update your system packages, and the second code will update the packages that you have installed. Okay, you have to make sure before installing our programming you have to update both of them. Okay, so why you have to update? Because if your R programming, R code is using any of the codes which are related to for this or these packages, then everything must be updated, or else it will use the older version of your system packages or your installed packages. Okay, then to install your RStudio, make sure your system is connected to internet. If you want to execute these commands, make sure your system must be connected to the internet, then only this will work. Then is to install RBase, you have to execute the command. So it will start downloading. It will ask you for yes or no. You have to install, you have to type yes, then it will start installing. Um, yes, ma'am. Like our programming, we have advantage. At the end, I can tell you, you will come to know like in um, during the application session. I'll let you know, ma'am. Sheetal Rani, ma'am. You will come to know clearly like how what is the advantage. Like yes, if you're the main thing is like Python. I don't prefer like our programming is more advantageous in Python. Like because in Python we can go for scikit learning. So many other things are there in Python when compared for the R programming. Okay, but some people who are preferring for R programming, who are not aware of Python, they can use the R programming compared for the advantages as a Python. But Python is a more advantageous compared to the R programming. We have many applications of Python compared to the R. So next is we have after the installation, this is where you can install the RStudio. The link is there for that. I'll show you in this. So we have a link over here. We can download it. you can install it. This is about the installation, and this is the screen how it finally looks in every part of your R Studio. This R script window, this is one of the R script window. This is I'll show you in my screen. This is how your screen look like. And if any of the bioinformatics students are there, anyone of you are willing to use the bioinformatics applications, you can use your bioconductor packages. That is what I told. You can use a big data analytics part. Some packages are there preferably for that one. So if you want to do any genomics work, so what you can do is you have to install this bioconductor package. With this code in the console, you can work out over here. So if you want to go for a genomic analysis, like you can just go through that. This is a yeast experiment data. If any of the person is using a yeast experiment data, this can also be used. Bioconductor package. It's a package which preferably for bioinformaticians or bioinformatics work. If you are doing genomic analysis for whatever, you can go for this. This is a screen. I just tell over fastly. This is used to run your commands where you can store. You have to store your file with the R extension, and this is a console window where your outputs will be. You will get your outputs. You can see over now. Just one value is declared, and you can see the outputs over here. And also it allows to see your logs, whatever you have performed. Next, you have a one more tab called files and packages. In files part, you can import the files, and also you can choose a path where your working directory must be, that is in your files. You can in plots tab, all the visualization tool can be done. And packages from CRAN, you can download the updated version of the tools, updated version of the packages from this tab. And help, you will get a history, whatever you have done you can see over here, and you can get a help from that. Next, you have workspace and workspace. This is an environment. We call it as an environment tab. The data sets what you have been worked over here. So here I've taken the edge. Some variables are declared. All that history will be displayed over here, and what is the type of data it is. This is a workspace. You can see over here. This is what your whole tools is all about. R Studio, how it looks like. Next is this is the screen. As I show you, this is a part where you can work over. I quickly show. This is a command line. Okay, command line. I'm sorry, some spelling mistake is there. This is a hash is used for a command line. And how you can execute your program is you have to use a control, and you have to choose a new operation, and you have to choose a script, R script. Okay, this is how you can open a new file. I'll show you people. This is a file, new file, R script. So I told you, like, you can use the procedures, so many files procedures can be used. This is what the file procedures you can use. This is what your comment section also. This is a comment section, single line comment section. If you want to run any of your code, you can just go control plus enter, and this is the how you can enter. You can open a new R script program. Okay, this is your screen, and this is the console. If you want to clear the console, to clear your console, okay. To clear the console, you have to use control plus L. You have to just go for the console, put here. I'll just press control plus L, it will get cleared out. Okay, all the things what is there in your console, it will go out. We will see quick, like what are the variables that are used over here. So normally how you can declare your data types in all the programming languages. This is what int a equal to 5, where your int will be your data type, and a is your variable, and this is a value how you will give. This is a normal standard might you have seen in your programming languages. So the variables how we can declare we will see in our programming, and before to that how we can rename the variables that we will see. Unique name given to any of the variable, we call it as an identifier. And what this variable will do is it's just store the data and it will describe it. And we have some of the variable rules for declaring any of the variable. You can use any combinations. It might be letters, numbers, underscore, periods, whatever it might be. You can use any combinations, but you have to make sure that if you are using a period, it should not follow with the digit. You are not allowed to use any digit followed by your period. You have to use only the alphabets. And if you are in between, after that you can declare like dot Maheshwari 123, that is possible. But after your period, it is not possible. You have to use the numbers. That is not allowed in your declaration of the variables. And this is our, it's a reserved keywords. Whatever the keywords are there, that is not possible to use in your variables. These are the rules that you have to remember while using your variable declaration. We will see like what are the data types, and we can work out here what is possibilities there. This is data types. What are the data types in R? We have few things. One is logical, another one is numeric, integer, complex, character, raw data. So logical, as you all know, it's logical means either it will be true or false. Numeric, if you go, decimal points will also be considered as a numeric over here. You can declare both the decimal points. So complex is also available. You can declare the characters. One more thing, a special type here is a raw. What it provides is it provides the data size of the data stored in it. Okay, what is the raw bytes that a data type is being occupied, that it will show in this raw. This raw we will use in data structures like vectors. So that is not a part over here. So I'm just going how we can know about the numeric type, logical type, and the character string. Okay, so this is what your you can just assign a equal to 3. By default it will take no commas, no semicolons, just you have to put your cursor over there, control enter. Okay, now a is being assigned to the value 3. You might say like how you can consider it's a numeric only, why it can't be character? How you can check is you can just go for class. See, by default this thing will come. This we call it as a tensils. It is not available in the Python unless we install the package for it in a Python. So you can just go through this. You have to mention this, control enter. So it is clearly showing. So this is a numeric data type. Whatever you are declared A, it is a numeric data type. So when you can also go for this B equal to 4. I'll not execute it. I'll just go for class of B. So I'll try to execute it. It shows like object B is not found because I have not executed this B. I'll just put on my cursor over there, control enter. Now again if I want to enter this class, now it is showing class B. It is a numeric type. Then this is a command section. We will rename this as a data types in R. Okay, we'll enter this and okay, this is what our data types. We have numeric we have seen. Now we will go for character. Okay, I'll take a B only. Remember, I'm taking a B only. Now what it will do is it will override the value of B. Now it was a B. So I also want to show one more thing. If you want to declare like this 4.6, okay, this will also taken as a numeric only. There is no thing like a decimal It is not allowed. It's taken as a numeric only. I'll go for a B. I'll declare some value. Okay, I'll just execute this. Then class of B, it will show it as a character because I have overwritten this one. It will take a last assigned part in your R program. Before, once again, if you go for this and if you enter this line, again it will take a numeric. Whichever the last part is assigned, that will be taken for the particular value. Okay, this is what your characters are telling. Okay, I'll just assign faculty. I'll go for this. I'll go here. One more thing I want to show. I'm just put a faculty here. By default, it is coming. These are all the functions, and this is your variable. You can just click on that, press enter. So that will be your character. How you can how you can declare your character is like this. You can also mention in a single quote. That is also possible. So this is what your single quote character. This is also valid in the R program. Okay. That is also valid. And we'll go for logical operator, logical declaration, logical underscore one period equal to, just I'm showing like how we can give. Either I can give as T. Okay, it is showing here. Please see the console also. Don't see the program only. Please see the console. The output is displaying over here. You can either give as a capital T, and also you can give dot logical 123 equal to true. If I press tab, you will get the tensils. You can just go for this, press enter. Now the dot logical 123 is having a true value. And you can also combine this logical operators. What you can do is just you can use the C. This is C means combine T, comma F. So it will combine the value and it will display the value. This is how you can use your data types. So we will go for the operators because we are lagging behind the things. There is still a lot to know. Okay, we have the operators here. We will see the operators also, like every programmer who are going with the uh, languages or who are new to languages. I want to say like arithmetic operator, relational operators, assignment and logical operators are there. But if you are not new to the programming languages, you are already knowing this. Like we will see like how this operator and integer division. We have a integer division. This is what the example: addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, you know. Till this part everyone is aware of. So what this actually the integer division will do is, integer division will round off your quotient part. Okay, whatever you have got the quotient, that will be round off from your, sorry, this will be round off, this integer division will round off your quotient part. Modulus part, it will display your last value. Then exponent, you know what it will do, like it's a power of, and division, it will display your remainder. That is what you are doing. So we'll see like how it works in your part. Then this is the relational operators. It just compare, you can assign the value. I can check like whether it's greater than, less than, equal to, not equal to, greater than, equal to, less than, equal to. That operators are there in the relational operators. Logical operators, if you want to compare two values, any of the two variables, if you are comparing, then we have all the operators for that. We have and or. Okay, and what it will do, it will result in true only if both the parts, both the variables are true. then only it will results with a true, or else everything will be false. But in OR operator, if any one of the condition is true, then it will display the true value. If both the conditions are true, sorry, both the conditions are false, then it will display the false. That is what the logical operator will do. Then we have assignment operator. We have two things in this. We can use either this symbol or this equal to symbol. I preferably go with using this equal. Why this is not prefer I? Because I'll show you in output what will happen. This is equal to normally we'll get in almost all your programming languages, and this is what the other assignment operator. So we'll see like how we can use this arithmetic operators and other operators in our programming language. So we'll go for quickly arithmetic operators. So make sure you have to place your cursor on the line where you want to execute, then control enter. Okay. I'll declare, I'll go with the, please see the console also. I'll just clear for you. I'll just control L, I'm clearing. So you can just go through this one. You can use this symbol to clear, or you can use a control L. Now addition arithmetic operators, 2 plus 3, so it is 5. Then you can also go for how you can use is a plus b, a equal to some 2, b equal to 3, then a plus b, it will display 3. That is what, instead of that I'm just directly typing no 1000, it will display false. Okay, this is what, so it will display false because it is equal to it is equal to 1000. We will see the logical operators. Okay, so how the logical operators you can work. I'll take because in logical operators two variables are being compared. Okay, to see the conditions. If both the conditions are true, then only in AND condition it will display the true value. If both the conditions, any one of the condition is true, then it will display the false value. We have I'll declare as a customer age. Okay, customer age we have equal to some 35. Then credit I'm giving like equal to 4. Okay, so I'll go for like CUST. I'll just press tab, that will come. Cust age is greater than 40, and then credit is greater than 4. So it will display false because both are false. If I go with I'll just copy paste this. Credit is greater than equal to 3, and I'll keep this as 40 only. Still it is false only. Again I'll go for this one. So I'll keep this as a 4. I'll just change this as a 30. So I'll just change this as a 30 because I given customer age as 35, but I keep this as a 5. Again this is false because if both the condition are true, then only it will execute. Now I keep this as a 4. I'll keep this as a 30. So now the answer will be your true. It is not greater than 4. It is greater than 3. I have not given equal to over here. So it is displaying false. So you can just go, see it is true because here both the condition are true. Is customer age is greater than 30. Sorry, customer age is less than 3. It will check like whether it's equal to or not. Now it will display the values. So we will see like how we can go for the OR operator. in this OR operator, so this will display false because both the conditions are false. I'll just replace this one. So now this is okay. This is will display true because either of the condition is true here. Like one of the condition is true, so it is displaying it. So here also it is true because it is this value, it's a greater than 5, even though it is 5, even though it is false, this is true. So it is working over here. I will go for this also. So this will also display true because both of the condition, if it is true, then any one of the condition is true, it will go for OR operator, like it will display true, or else if it is any one of the condition is false in AND operator, this will display a false. So last is your assignment operator. As I told, like how this assignment operator works, you can either use z equal to 2, this also works. You can also give as this like 18, this is a right assignment operator, this will work equal to z. Okay, now this will not work because you can't assign the value of f to 13. This is what it is saying. That is why I showed you, I told you why this will not work. Okay, this is what if a problem happens. So you better not to use this one. If you are willing to use, what you have to do is f greater than the symbol then 13, this will work. Okay, this vice versa is not possible. So if you get confused and if you use like this, so this will be a big problem for you. Then you can go for this also, this will work. So left hand side assignment is not valid, only this is valid. So instead of using this is assignment operator, you can go for this is a equal to operator. This is what the assignment operators in the R programming. So these are the operators in R. So we have this applications of R. So as someone has asked like how they will use in practical purpose, these are the some of the applications like banking, finance, e-commerce, social media, healthcare. This is all the applications they have used. So in finance, how they can use is probably for financial applications. When you go for the financial applications, popular tool, R is a popular tool for a finance industry. Like statistical operations you can perform, mainly the famous banking company. Like if you heard about, if any of the financial students are there, ANZ, Australia, New Zealand, what they will do is they will use it for the credit risk analysis. Whatever their credits analysis are there, they will use that one. And when you go for a banking, the Bank of America, they make use of this R programming for their financial reporting. To report their financial things, they are using this one. And healthcare industry, if you are aware of bioinformatics, or if you are aware of genetics, if you are aware of drug discovery, or if you have heard of this, mostly this is being widely used for performing the clinical trials or like drug safety analyzing. So normally they will install the package called bioconductor and they will start using this one. And the e-commerce purpose for doing in the Facebook, normally the famous website, what they call like a way Facebook, to update their status. Like I'm answering for one of the question, it seems they will update the status by using the Facebook. They will write the programs for updating their Facebook updates. And Google, if you are seen majorly everyone normally at least for a one day they will use one time, it seems, for a Google. So normally I'm speaking about the persons who are from a computer background or any other persons who are using a computer, they will use the Google. And if you have seen the advertisement over there, okay, to give about the return of interest for this advertising, Okay, to they will take interest for that. To manage that thing, the Google is using this R programming to improve its efficiency for the online advertising. Okay, this is what your e-commerce will tell. And when you say about the Mozilla is one more web server. What you can go is, it uses R to visualize your web activity. So whatever the web activity you are visualized, they can be done. And recently I got to know this picture from one of the paper, as they are saying like most probable an academic, they are using R programming this more. So like for you can visualize your student data, you can see the improvements of a students, like how they are scored in internals tests. You can see the marks of that, you can draw the chart for that, and you can make a researches, normally biological research, physical research, whatever the field you are researching, you can go through that. Healthcare I had told, so many applications are there for this R. The majorly what they are saying is academic, the major is there, and healthcare, the one more application you have. So this is about the just a brief, just I'm going through the brief of this. This is not a much depth of R programming. I just told about you what is R and how you can install this R in all the operating system, like major operating system, and some of the programming tasks, how we can basically perform the programs. So I thank like Blooming Minds for providing me a platform to to give details about this. Like if you have any queries, you can have a quick discussion with me. I can quick a chat with me. So I'm open up for this 5 minutes for your queries. You can please ask me. You can put in your chat box. So I just want to answer some of the question. Yes, Tashin Mullah, there are packages for machine learning. I told you in first itself. Okay, first slide itself, I told there are ML packages, machine learning packages, where you can use your machine learning packages. So I mentioned you clearly in the first slide itself. If you are not joined earlier, so in important itself, I mentioned there are decision trees. If you want to use random forest, SVM, Navies Bayes theorem, that all ML packages are there. You can use this. Is R programming is typed language, means UI, character user interface. Yes, ma'am, it's a character user interface. You can use R console if you are good at command prompting, or if you want to use a GUI application, you can go for this R Studio for typing, where you will get your environments and all here. But in R console, you might not get such things in this. Then, hmm, so our program same as Jupyter Network Notebook. Yeah, you are saying about the Anaconda package. You are saying about. I never worked with our notebook in Anaconda package. Might be it is same. I need to check about that one, because all the packages it will be same like in that. Sorry, ma'am, like Sheetal Rani, ma'am, you told about to increase the screen size. I'm seeing it now. I'm sorry for that if you have any problem in screen sharing. Can our programming will be helpful for risk analysis? Yes, you risk analysis, Shraddha. If you are still over there, please you can explain like how, in what way you are telling about risk analysis in patients. In what way, if you are speaking, I can just want to know what is like risk analysis in patients. I'm not getting your exact point. Yes. Yeah, you can work for breast cancer. See, breast cancer, when you are dealing about, it's about, you can use for a, it's a huge data, it's a sequencing data. You can download the sequences, you can perform with the bioconductor packages. Okay, you can use the bioconductor packages. That is purely the, that is a bioinformatics work. Okay, you can download the bioconductor packages and you can use dsec. One program is there in our programming that will be helpful for you for working the risk analysis in the patients. You can go through the genomics work. You can visit the website of bioconductor packages. So yes, compared to according to me, compared to R programming, Python is a more advantageous. You have many of the other options, like you can go for scikit learning, you can go for machine learning opportunities are there. You can also visualize many of the tools. It works same like R programming, only Python. But if you ask me, ma'am, like Python would be better than R programming because I worked in both. Python would be better. How to do data analysis? I want to go with SPSS. Can I use R programming for risk analysis in patients? So SPSS I never used. I'm not basically a statistical background. So you can go for R programming for risk analysis. I answered you now. You can go for that one. So if you want any discussion, like if you want any chit chat, it's a good. I'm sorry, like my screen was very short because I did not maximize it because I wanted to show the installation. I wanted to show the websites also, links also. So my screen was short. I did not maximize. I did not made it for presentation. I want to analyze the data of for BC. I want to know for risk analysis. Okay. Any doubts, any still you want to discuss, or if you have any queries, if you want to go for any of the workshops, like I'm eager to go for, you can contact the team of Blooming Minds. They will let you know. Please fill your feedback forms. Let me know like what I am up to. Um, Over to you, Blooming Minds. Thank you, one and all. Thank you for taking your time and listening to for the presentation. Thank you. You can take this Blooming Minds. You can take your access back.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Maheshwari. That was such a productive hour. I hope all of you enjoyed the webinar and learnt about R programming. I once again thank Mrs. Maheshwari for sparing some time from her busy schedule and overwhelming us with her presence.